Hey, what's up, people? So, this is the module one of how to become an interesting human course. And here I'm going to try to explain to you how to become more interesting by utilizing your five senses much better. See, what makes somebody more interesting than you is simply because they utilize their five senses the same. Because there is nobody born into a particular, well, I mean, everybody has particular circumstances they're born, and everybody's circumstance is unique to themselves. But if you remain in that same circumstance, anybody else who is within that same domain as you, if you're not as well unfortunate to be in a situation that's quite interesting on its own accord, you got to figure out a way to make yourself more interesting. So, in order to make yourself more interesting, you must expose your senses to new and exciting and adventurous stimuli. So we'll start off with sight. If you want to become an interesting person, utilize your sight better. You must go out and see different things. Go see movies you never watched before. Read books you never read before. Get away from as far as what you normally are comfortable reading and are watching, and go do that. Go be around those things. If you live in a rich area, go see what poor people look like. Go see what destitute land looks like. Go see what an actual job or something that's hard laborers do looks like. If you're in a poor country, do the opposite. See what people in rich countries do. See what they look like. See how they operate in normal life, and see how that can relate to yourself. Because at the end of the day, being interesting is about knowing how somebody else perceives what you look like. In order to perceive what you look like, you must see what other people look like, so you have an understanding of how the dynamics play out. So you must understand what rich looks like to poor, what poor looks like to rich, what middle class looks like to lower class, and so forth and so forth. See new sights, go out to the forest, go hike, go to temples, just experience new ideas and thoughts and concepts. You must also hear new different things. So instead of listening to music that your parents brought you up on, try listening to different music, man. Explore. Try that album that you never tried. If you don't like country, give country a try. If you don't like rap, give rap a try. If you never listen to psychedelic funk, listen to psychedelic funk. Listen to as many different random things as you can. Listen to as many different people as you can. Talk and communicate, because when you talk and communicate and you hear different sounds, learn new languages, what happens is you're able to figure your brain into understanding what you come off or what you might sound like when you're speaking to somebody else. And so much communication is simply understanding what the other person hears when they hear you speaking to them, or what they see when they see you moving or doing particular actions. Next is touch. If you want to be interesting, you must touch and feel different stimuli. So, one of the things I highly recommend is try fighting. Get into a fight, not a random street fight, but go into a gym, go into a boxing gym, maybe go into a jiu-jitsu gym. Figure out what it's like to be touched in a way that you've never been touched before. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not talking about like a rape or anything like that. I'm talking about feel what different pains feel like. If you've never been hit in the face before, that's going to give you a different perspective that's going to shift the way that you view reality. And that viewing of reality is going to make you realize a lot more different vantage points of other people. You'll be a lot more nicer, and you'll be a lot more on edge because you know what violence is. You understand that being touched in certain ways, it's going to change you the way that you look at life. So try lifting heavier weights. Try running more. Get into used to touching things. Touch tigers, lions, dogs. Try touching and feeling different types of stimuli to get the understanding of what it's like to be like somebody else. So if you speak to a fighter, if you can relate to a fighter much more, you can be much more interesting to a fighter. If you understand to some degree what a fighter goes through, instead of just being a normal person who has no idea what a fighter is, and on the vice versa, people are interested in fighting and fighters because so many people have never been hit before. So if you've been used to being hit or being touched or being strangled or any of those type of activities, you are going to have a more relatable brain because people are being interested. They'll have questions for you. You'll be able to write much easier to other people. And smell and taste, which is much of the same thing. Taste different foods, smell different smells, go to different houses, go to different restaurants, try different things. Just get out and explore all life has to offer you. The more your senses are able to expand their branches, the more networks you can form with other people. So, for example, if we keep just stretching out and keep getting new branches, these new branches, what they're going to allow you to do is form different connections with different people because you have so many different connection points. So, for example, if you only lived in one life, this is all the connection points you have. But look how it expands like a spider. If I add more connection points. And depending on what type of connections you have, you're going to have different types of points that are going to give you different types of outcome and these different webs. I'll make it a little bit more cooler later on. But anyway, yeah, go out, explore, go talk to new people, enjoy life.